Hey Split fam, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be using Pop Beauty's Flash Shadows. These are the 4 shades that they sent me. From left to right is Cosmetic, Confetti, Naked Glitz, Crushed Copper, and Black Dazzle. Today we're going to be using the Cosmic Confetti and Crushed Copper for this look. I have so many of these little cat ears, and I try to use more of them for the videos from now on, but oh, hey there. Here we're going in, just prepping my lid with a little concealer and blending it out with my finger, just so we have a nice even base. And I don't set this so that everything is tacky when I go into my eyeshadow. Today we're going to use the Morphe 350M palette because it matches well with the colors we're using. I like to go in with 1 shade base, just a little bit lighter than everything, or really neutral. And then we're going to go in and add another color right on top of this. Here we are adding that second color, and I really like to pack it in. I add it right on top of the other one, we blend it all the way out so it's right on top of each other, and we blend it out seamlessly. But I like to pack and then blend. And these are some Real Techniques brushes. These were actually used for color correcting, but I really love to use them for my shadow to help them blend out seamlessly, and these work really, really well for me. Here we're going in adding that third shade, and I'm using a much smaller brush, as you can see, so I can be a little bit more precise. Even though I really built it out and I want to make sure I pack a punch, I really built it in there as well. And then I'm going to go in with a brush and blend it all out later so it's really seamless. But packing it in, and is what I like to do. Then usually when I do with my eyes, I usually like to use about 3 different shades when I'm trying to blend. Minimum of 3. Anything less is not enough, and anything more can get kind of complicated when you're still learning. So minimum of about 3. If you're trying to go for any more than that, just take your time and practice with it. And here you can see I'm going with a nice fluffy clean brush to really blend it. And I'm taking my time and really watching where I'm at, making sure everything looks really good. And if you need to, if the brush ever looks like it's getting too muddled or too dirty, change out that brush, because that's what's going to help keep your blending really seamless and looking good. Don't be afraid to use too many brushes. I tend to do that, where I keep using the same brush over and over. Put that brush down and go get another one. Or if you have any cleaning wipes, please go ahead and use those as you go. Here's our first Pop Beauty Flash Shadow that we're going to use. This is Crushed Copper. It's really got like a pinky orange tint to it, just like it says, Crushed Copper. And it's actually one of my favorites when I was swatching them. It's really got like a silvery tint to it. These really pack a punch, and you can either use these to cut the crease, you can put these on with your finger and blend it out. You can do so many things. You could use a brush and do these as your brows. You could do liner with these. They're really great, and I really like them. And you can do that with most lid toppers. And I found that all the brands have different consistencies or different things that they're using. So I'm going to either do a video or a blog post about the different ones, because right now I've got Pop Beauties, I have Pixies, and I have Milani's, and they're all a little different. So but I'm really loving all of them because they're all so different, which is great too. So if you want to dabble in different ones, different brands, they're not the same at all, which is absolutely great. We like the difference in different brands. Here you can see I'm going in more of like an artist's brush if you were like doing paintings and stuff like that. I like to use these brushes when I've got to go on and do fine details. Here, just to make sure the edges are really clean, I used a little bit of the flash shadow, and I'm just making sure those edges are really clean. So I just put a little bit on the brush and go along my edges like it's a liquid liner, just making it real nice and clean and precise. Now this is the Pop Beauty Flash Shadow in Cosmetic Confetti. This is more of an iridescent effect, and I just want to put this right in the center just to kind of give it a little bit of a pop. It's really hard to see in some of these because they're all so wet still, but it really does give it a little extra little pop, a little bit of glimmer to it. And I do like this one really pretty. It's really pretty. If I wasn't so tongue-tied today. But this would be great as a standalone, if you did a really like purpley teal look and you just want to have a little pop color, even on the inside corner of your eye where you put your highlight, it would be absolutely gorgeous on it. But they're all really pretty in their own way, and different looks you can use them with. So really love these, and I hope you guys are loving them too. You guys already know what time it is. Is my Holy Grail Wet n Wild liquid liner that I always use, forever use, never change up. I think since the day I found this, I don't know how many years ago, before I was even into makeup stuff as big as I am. I used this probably 8 years ago. I don't even know. Years and years ago. But this has always been my go-to. It's really about the brush on these things. I like the brush. I can't do the felt tips to save my soul. I got a great one in my Ipsy bag this month, and it's a great one, but me and felt tips are not friends. It has nothing to do with the brand. It has everything to do with me. We just can't get along. So I'm gonna stick here with my Holy Grail, my favorite friend, Wet n Wild. Thank goodness they still make these, because I would die without them. Again, here we are using one of my old trusties, Ulta Beauty Contour Kit. I've used this one for a while too, and it's a little bit on the warmer side, but I definitely like it because I am pretty fair and I don't have much warmth to my skin, so this really helps warm me up for when I'm doing those warmer looks as of today, or just like today's. This is my Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in Party. I've been trying to use this up and get rid of it. Not that I want to get rid of it, but it's one of my favorite blushes. I really need to try more of them because I do love it. They have a great nude range. But I love it. So yeah, here she is. And boy oh boy do I recommend this highlight palette. Babe in Paradise is such a great highlight palette, not just because it's a Morphe palette, but just because it's got such great range for all skin shades. It's great for anybody and everybody, and you can really mix the colors really well, and they all look great, blend great, and they can be used for so many different things. If a pop of color on your lid, highlighting, bronzing up the face, all that. They're just great, and I really love it. So if you guys haven't been able to get a hold of that palette, you really, really need to. I highly recommend it. Here's today's finished look using Pop Beauty's Flash Shadows. I hope you really enjoyed the video and how we used them and created this look. Make sure you stay tuned for any other videos that I have. Make sure to subscribe, share, and like the video if you're really into it. Anyways, thanks so much for staying tuned. I will see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye!